of being a feather baby mama is taking care of some of things that are a little on the gross side, but you'll do what you can. Take care of your babies. I have a chicken here. I believe she has egg yolk peritonitis. It's definitely not a good thing to have. Most chickens don't make it through it. Man, my hair is really wild today. But I'm going to do my best. I'm going to give her an Epsom salt bath as well as some antibiotics and separate her from the flock. Some of the things you'll notice with this condition is they'll have yellow droppings. It's hot right now, so you can't really go by the watery droppings, but if they're very yellow, like almost like the color of a yolk, you can also tell. I'll zoom in on her so you can see they're a little more lethargic, which it's also hot, so they're all going to look a little more like that. But if you throw out some scratch and none of them come, then you know it's a heat thing and they're just trying to stay in the cool. But if you throw out some scratch, which I just did, and everybody runs except for the one, that's usually a sign there's something wrong. Also too, they get a lot of poop stuck on their butt, so I'm going to give her a bath before I separate her. And they just seem tired. They just seem weak. They're still standing, but they're not interacting the same. So I started to notice it yesterday when I let them free range. She was just standing on the sidewalk, like staring at me. And so I'm like, something's up with her. And then I noticed her poop is very, very yellow. She wasn't coming for treats. She isn't even drinking the electrolyte water, so I need to separate her so she can do that. So I'm going to let you meet her right now. All right, well, this is the chicken, the one standing here closer. You can see they all look a little lethargic because it's hot today, but you can see how she's got poopies on her butt, and she's droopy, and she's just slower. So like when I walk up to the others, they kind of move. She's kind of slow. She'll let me touch her a little easier. She has put on a little bit of weight because she's swelling. So I'm going to get her bath ready, get her some Epsom salts, and have her a nice little sweet. So we're going to get that going. All right. I still want to keep her on layer just in case she does try to lay an egg. We want to make sure that the shell is still hard and not soft. I got her the crumbles though, just because she hasn't been being a huge fan of the pellets, which I normally am feeding them. I'm also putting some of this around her vent. So if there is any broken eggs or anything, because when you have this problem, it gets all inflamed and stuff. And if she still tries to pass an egg, that's when problems can happen. But also too, it lubricates it a little if she needs to get an egg out. Because basically what she has going on is the egg yolk formed outside of the shell. And so it's getting infected because it's harboring bacteria in there. So we need to get rid of the infection, but we also need to think she might still lay an egg. Most likely she won't after something like this. She might be done. She's an older chicken anyway. But in case, we want her to be ready. I don't want her to have any pain trying to pass an egg. I'm hoping she won't. Vets will give you a hormone to inject them with to stop the production of eggs. I don't have access to that, so I'm just trying to do the best I can. Now I'm going to run her an Epsom salt bath. I'm going to use this tap water here. It's going to be cold, and then I'm going to get a 2-gallon container of warm water to put in there just so it's not so freezing and shock her. But everybody probably sees all these Epsom salts in my house and they're like, wow, Elaine likes spa days. But in reality, these are all for my chickens. All the Epsom salts in the house are for chickens. They're the only ones that take baths. Here's her post cleaning. Just keep her separated spot for a while. So I got a little food, and that's the water with the antibiotic in it. And so she'll stay in here because it's really warm out, so she'll be okay. But if it's cold, I would put her in a dog kennel in the garage if you're going to do this. I opened the butt balm, so that's all ready. Make sure you wear gloves and have a towel so you can dry her off right away. And her bath is all ready to go, so I'm going to go grab the chicken. All right, so you're not going to be able to see this very well, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take her. She's still got a lot of life. Look at her, she's happy. I'm going to take her and clean her off real good. Put this around her vent. All right, And I'm going to dry her off. Let me see if I can get a better angle. There we go. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to put her in the bag. Okay, so Miss Chickie, she's all done. So I'm going to put the lotion on her vent and then put her in her kennel, and I'm gonna make sure she drinks all that water. It's a gallon, and that was half of those big horse pills. And then the food is crumbles, so it's a little easier for her to eat since she's not feeling up to normal life right now. All right, here's her little setup. She's got a little bit of food, got that water. She's not drinking it yet. This protects from the sun and the rain, so it'll be good. I put a perch in there, but she hasn't been perching lately. If you have, there's so many different antibiotics you can use. I don't prefer to use the injectables on chickens that I feel like I can help with a water soluble, because sometimes giving injections of antibiotics can cause a heart attack, and she's not that far along to where I'm like, oh my gosh, emergency time. So we'll see if this works. I have had an egg-bound chicken I did use penicillin injection on. I don't know if it helps. She died still. So I'm going to try this water soluble. It seems to work for a lot of other people, and it's what the vets recommend. She's an old hen, so I'm hoping maybe she's kind of done laying eggs, and she can just be our little pet here. All right, I will let you know if anything changes, and if you have any questions, just message me. Look at my peacocks all hanging out, saying hi to the sick chicken. Here's a good way to tell if a bird is feeling better. Throw some scratch in and see their reaction. Oh, that's a very good sign. That's a very, very good sign. Do you see how she got right up and she's eating it and she's like looking at me? Oh, hey, how's it going? Oh, she's cleaning her butt. Even better. Oh, she clucked and there's poop in there. Do we see this? It looks healthy. It's not yellowy anymore. I think we might have a recovery. Thanks for hanging out with her, little Snowflake and Elton and Johnny, being nice boys and girl. All right, good sign. All right, day 5 since treatment, and she's dust bathing. I put some dirt in there. She was trying to clean herself, but you know, birds like to do this. So I just put in some dirt that she normally dust bathes in, something dry, in a bin that she's big enough to fit in, something low to get in. She's still on antibiotics. Make sure, this is day 5, so make sure you change out the antibiotics every other day, even if they don't drink the whole thing, because they do start to get a little bit moldy and fester, and we don't want that. So she's doing really good. I'm gonna give it probably another few days before I put her out in the main coop, but I think she's gonna recover. I'm pretty happy with this. She's looking good. Look at that. Aw, she's back to normal.